Hi, y'all. My name is Megara Shepperson, and I am currently a junior biology major here at Oglethorpe University. After my 4 years here at Oglethorpe, I will be furthering my education in obtaining my master's in biomedical sciences. Today, my presentation is going to be on observational learning, social decision-making of macaque monkeys. I was compelled by this topic because of my fascination in animal behavior and how they learn without having that one-on-one human interaction. Also, how their environment plays a huge role in the way they utilize imitation and other forms of observational learning to gain their knowledge. So before I start, I want to give an outline of what I'll be talking about today. So I'll be discussing the background and / origin of observational learning, the definition of observational learning, who discovered it, the theory behind it, and what are the components that makes it an essential way of learning. Then I will discuss the research that I chose to best exemplify social decision-making in observational learning in animals. I will discuss the key terms used in the study, as well as the hypothesis, the methods, and the result/data. Then that will lead into the key takeaways from the study and concept of observational learning as a whole. And finally, I will list the references used in my presentation's entirety. All right, first I would like to identify what learning is. Learning is a process/method of acquiring knowledge, new behaviors, new skills, etc. And observational learning is such a key and vital part of learning. So first, what is observational learning? Observational learning is essentially a method of learning via observation of an individual's behavior, emotional expressions, and changes in attitudes. Who discovered it? In late 1960s, early 1970s, Canadian psychologist Albert Bandura and his colleagues were well known for their many studies tackling topics of psychology and behavioral science within humans. This fascination in behavioral science led Bandura to develop a theory, also known as social learning theory, that essentially introduces that new behaviors can be observed and modeled by animals. This leads to the main question: can animals learn new behaviors by interacting and observing the actions of other animals? All right, so why is it an essential way of learning? There are 4 conditions that are mentioned in the theory that are essential in the way of modeling and observing behavior. First, we have attention. Attention is, in order for an animal to learn anything from a model, it must pay attention to the actions/behavior of the animal being observed. Secondly, retention. Retention is the ability to remember the behavior that was witnessed by the animal. And thirdly, reproduction. Reproduction is the condition that's concerning the physical and the mental ability to copy and imitate the behavior of the animal observed. Lastly, we have motivation. Motivation, Bandura stresses that there is a vital importance in the way of motivating and learning through observation. He said, by not including attention, retention, and reproduction, there will be no way to make up motivation. So without those three, it cannot overcome motivation. So motivation is kind of the leg that supports all of those factors. All right, so with that being said, this leads into the research study that I chose titled Rudimentary Empathy in Macaque's Social Decision Making by Sebastian Blesta and Jean Renee Duhamel. I found this study quite interesting and essential in displaying how animals utilize observational learning. Here I have a few key terms used within the text that are vital in understanding the mechanisms of this study. First, we have affective state. Affective state is the mental and physical state of an animal. For instance, the mental state aspect consists of pain, pleasure, or fear, whereas the physical states consist more so of hunger and thirst. Next, we have prosocial behavior. Prosocial behavior is voluntary behavior that is intended to help or benefit another individual / animal. Lastly, we have antisocial behavior. Antisocial behavior is the behavior intended to harm or bring disadvantage to another individual / animal. With those terms being defined, we are ready to dive into the hypothesis and rationale of the experiment. So the hypothesis of this experiment is if macaque monkeys are exposed to a pleasant and unpleasant experience when making choice leading decisions to positively and negatively outcomes, then they will be able to observe and take into account the welfare and the affective state of the conspecifics via empathy. Here we would introduce the method section of this experiment. It involves 7 macaque monkeys, 4 of which that are 3 years old, long-tailed macaques, and 3 rhesus macaques ranging from the ages of 14 to 16. These monkeys were housed as what they called a mini colony in a large enclosure. Within this environment, they were able to have physical interactions as well as being isolated. And in isolation, they were still able to communicate with one another vocally and visually. In each of these cages that they were held in consisted of multiple toys that enhanced curiosity and social play. This prepared the monkeys to gain the ability to conceive what is pleasant and what is unpleasant. All right, here we will dive into the first figure as it is composed of 3 sections displaying the experimental setup. All right, first we have section A. For section A, this illustrates 2 monkeys, one being the actor monkey, which is in the black, and the other being the partner monkey, which is in the light brown, and also the empty chair representing nobody right here on the right-hand side. These 2 monkeys are sitting face to face, but they're separated from each other by a transparent touch screen that shows visual stimuli of experimental sessions that consist of multiple objects / cues, prompting the monkeys to make forced choice decisions by touching one of the 2 visuals that were projected on this transparent screen right here. Social decisions consisted of, for one monkey, the actor monkey, in choosing an outcome for another monkey, the partner monkey, versus the outcome of this representation of nobody. These tubes that's on the side of the monkeys are shown to be a tracker device as it distributes juices and air puffs. As it distributes the juice, that is because of the monkeys choosing a rewarded object, which is supposed to exemplify pro-social choice. Whereas the other tube distributes an air puff, which is supposed to be an illustration or exemplified as an unrewarded object, which is the antisocial choice. The eye tracking device is utilized to determine whether the monkeys communicated to each other through eye gaze or blinking, which is indicating the anticipation of their response. With that being said, this would allow observation of empathy after observing the negative outcome done onto the partner monkey by the actor monkey making a pro-social or antisocial choice. Okay, for section B of figure 1, this displays just an example of a trial involving an air puff in a social context. So that's indicated in this, which says offer A-S. All right, so down here, we have these small squares that have even smaller objects within them that are supposed to demonstrate the panel, the touchscreen panel, and the option/cues given to the monkeys. So first we start off with this square here far to the left. This displays a orange square. This orange square is a central target. Once this target is pressed, this allows the monkey to be granted cues, which is indicated right here in the green and the blue. These cues are supposed to illustrate a unrewarded choice or outcome, which is the green star, and a rewarded outcome/choice, which is indicated in the blue object. So once the blue object is selected, that indicates a pro-social choice. Once that pro-social choice was indicated or pressed, this allows the monkey to avoid air puff to the eye, and it grants the actor monkey juice. Whereas down here at the bottom, if the unrewarded choice is selected, this grants the partner monkey an air puff to the eye and still gives the actor monkey juice. So next we have the layout of the outcomes of their social decisions. On the left, we have the outcomes for when juice was granted, whereas on the right, we have the outcome when the unrewarded object was chosen, giving the outcome of an air puff. The components involved are the actor monkey, the empty chair for nobody, and the partner monkey. In this figure, this demonstrates for the actor monkey that's choosing one of the options for the other monkey. It illustrates that the actor monkey did not determine the outcome. The options that was chosen by the actor monkey did not determine the outcome for the actor monkey, but instead it grants the actor monkey, juice for just simply choosing an object, no matter whether it was a correct answer or an incorrect answer. And the blue droplets are supposed to indicate the juice that was given, and the orange-like cone shape is supposed to indicate the air puffs that were granted. All right, so here we have a bar chart displaying both outcomes granting juice on the left, which is offer J-S, and the air puffs on the right, which is offer A-S. Each choice decisions the actor granted towards the different partners are indicated in the colored section down here. So if we look right here, the positive values are supposed to illustrate or indicate pro-social decisions, whereas the negative values are supposed to demonstrate the negative or antisocial outcomes or social decisions. The pro-social decision is in preference for granting juice and avoiding air puffs to the partner monkey, which is in the light green. I mean, not light green, but the light brown. All right, I created a red box over the actor 1 monkey, actor M1 monkey to be exact, that shows consistency in pro-social choice preferencing for both granting juice and avoiding air puffs to the partner. Taking all actors in account, there were very minimal antisocial choices towards the partner monkey by the actor monkey. All right, next we have figure 4, eye gaze. So with this, I would like to first tackle what these colored green, blue, and red is supposed to indicate. So first, in the green, it's supposed to indicate benevolent social tendencies. Benevolent social tendencies were characterized as when significantly choosing mostly pro-social decisions / options. Whereas in the blue, it's labeled as indifferent. This is supposed to indicate the choosing of both pro-social and antisocial, which pro-social is rewarded and antisocial is unrewarded options. And lastly, we have malevolent, which is indicated in the red. That is supposed to indicate the observation of when choosing mostly an antisocial option / unrewarded choice. All right, so this graph displays the gaze rates when the partner monkey in the light brown was given juice. If we look closely, we see this volume image that indicates at some point there was anticipation noises that the monkeys gave to each other leading up to the outcome, which is right here illustrated in the darkened dashed lines. The darkened dashed lines indicates the increase in the gaze rate when the monkey obtained the juice. Let's focus more on the benevolent social tendency that's indicated in this green curve right here. This illustrates that the pro-social choices allowed the monkey's gaze rate to significantly increase as they observed and associated the rewarded decision with obtaining juice. Next, we have eye blinking by air puffs. So here on the far left, we have a bar graph displaying the mean blink rates before and after the air puffs. Still utilizing the labeled green, blue, and red for benevolent, indifferent, and malevolent. So here on the right, the volume image indicates the warning tone or the anticipation sounds that the monkeys gave to each other prior to the outcome. This response reached significance around the onset of the warning tone, right here, as anticipatory blinking from both monkeys, and was also associated with the increased air puff avoidance. It is possible that the actor's behavior was mirroring its partner's response to the discomfort displayed by mimicry that's displayed by the partner monkey, excuse me. So here, let's focus on the benevolent, the pro-social choice or outcome. So a large increase in the eye blinking rate was recorded between the actor monkey and the partner monkey when delivering the air puff that's indicated right here, as indicated in the green display, which displays the pro-social behavior corresponding with the results for the eye gazing. Overall, observing an air puffs being delivered to the partner was also associated with changes in the blinking rate. And the strength of this response was a distinctive feature of the actor's pro-social tendencies. So the benevolent monkey showed larger blinking rate response, blinking rate response in anticipation and in reaction to the partner monkey's air puff. The negative outcome displayed observation and empathy from the actor monkey from both monkeys at that, as they tried to communicate and anticipate the outcome of the air puff to the eye. This leads into our key takeaways from this experiment. 1, observational learning is an essential way of learning for animals when observing other animals. Secondly, empathy-driven responses delivers more pro-social behavioral tendencies, as that was displayed significantly with eye blinking, as shown in the results. The actor monkey observed the discomfort that air puffs brought onto the partner monkey, allowing that actor monkey to choose carefully the rewarded choice to help avoid air puff towards the partner monkey's eyes. Lastly, the positive effects of learning via empathy displays compassion that animals have for one another. Right, this concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a great day. Thank you.